Hello, Qembek here. In this video I will tell you about Conker's Cube. Conker's Cube is the newest pet released by Tryon and Excel Gaming. It costs 625 loyalty points if you want to get it for it, or you can try your chances with RNG boxes. Newest RNG box that costs 450 credits to open has a small chance of dropping those, so this is how you obtain it. Or, like me, you can buy it off the auction house. And what this pet can do? Well, it has 3 abilities and 1 passive skill, so let me begin with passive. Is called Oath of Shackles. It's a 50% damage increase, but it costs 50% of pet's health. As I recorded this video, my pet was already level 51, so some of those values that I'm going to present you now, they will be different for you. Okay, and first active ability is called Prismatic Bolt Attack. It's a bolt of energy dealing 1334 magic damage to its target and has a 25 meters range. Remember, this ability and its basic attack will be affected by pet's level and pet's gear. In my case it's level 51 and no gear at all. Later in the video I will tell you a bit more about possibilities of increasing its damage. Second active ability is called Sudden Death. It's a self buff. It's affecting only the pet and increases attack speed and attack plus 50% for 10 seconds, but increases received damage plus 50%. And last active skill is called Self Repair. As the name suggests, it grants your pet instant self healing ability. It restores around 4000 health to the pet. Okay, and that's it about the skills, but there's something else I need to mention here. We have some errors in translations, I believe. Pet passive Oath of Shackles and Sudden Death pet's self buff, they both mention that they are increasing plus 50% of the attack. Meanwhile, I made a painful mistake and I trusted Tryon on this one, because why wouldn't I? Those skills, they said that this pet is increasing its attack plus 50%, right? From the passive plus additional 50% from Sudden Death self buff ability for 10 seconds. Self buff should also increase its attack speed, so that's what I aimed for, and I crafted a Typhoon set piece for my pet. Typhoon set gives you increased attack and extra attack speed. But surprise surprise, after equipping a Divine set of Typhoon armor pieces, turns out that I'm not increasing my damage at all. Thank you Tryon, I just wasted around 2000 gold on armor that should work but isn't working thanks to your failed tooltips. Thank you very much. So all this situation and confusion comes out of the fact that this pet is benefiting not from physical attack, not from strength, but it's based on magic damage, and magic damage comes from intelligence, which is not even displayed in the pet window. So when you open pet characteristic window, you will not see intelligence, you will not see its real damage, not in case of this pet at least. So the only way of measuring how good this pet is, how much damage it deals, is to actually take it into combat and enable combat logs. That's exactly what I did, and I noticed few additional details about this pet. Let me share those with you. Okay, so I've got my pet in wrapped form from the auction house. As I unwrapped it, it came out at level 50, so it saved up some time that I would need to put into leveling it up. I like it. Next thing is that this pet is pretty much one shot because of its passive, so there's no point in building any kind of stamina on it, because additional stamina will be always cut in half. You will receive only half of it. So it's better to actually just go entirely in damage and focus on damage. What else is there? Well, this pet isn't moving on its own. It doesn't have its own move. It's always located above your shoulder, so if you are moving, it is moving with you. If you aren't moving, it isn't moving as well. And that's a good thing, because it allows you to use the pet while gliding, because it will always stay by your side. Same goes with mount. If you are riding a mount, this pet will be always next to you. There won't be a problem like I often have with those melee pets or other ranged pets, that they get out of the range of my character and they end up being desummoned, so I cannot use them, or I miss this fact because I'm busy fighting or something. So that's not a problem in this case, because this pet will be always next to your side, and this creates additional potential for participating in battle that other pets might not be able to, like aerial combat during gliding. Possibly this pet could shoot down enemy glider. What else is there? Well, it seems like this pet might have some problems with attacking, so when you order the pet to attack any target and you aren't in the combat with the target, then it might end up in doing nothing. Other than that, I noticed that it also has problem with casting skills. It seems related to this pet heal bug that players were reporting from quite a while now, and it seems like this. You try to cast the skill, or pet is casting the skill. You can see the animation of the skill. Next thing you notice that the skill goes into cooldown, so it seems like it was casted, but any effect that it should apply, they do not appear. So I'm not sure if we should consider this to be this pet problem or overall bug affecting all pets, because probably that's the second option, and it's more accurate to say that it's affecting all pets, not only this one. I already mentioned that one of those skills that this pet has, Prismatic Bolt attack, has 25 meters range, but the good news here is that basic attacks of this pet have also 25 meters range. Okay, so we know that this pet benefits from magic attack, we know that it has 25 meters range. What else? You should be aware that this pet benefits a lot from intelligence. It doesn't matter much if you are investing into additional stats, because it has tons of mana just from intelligence. It has decent mana regen, it will never have decent amount of health. That's why my only suggestion is to invest into intelligence here, or any additional effect that is already increasing existing magic damage, like critical rate or percentage skill damage increase. What type of armors you should use for this pet? You should use wave set and wave set only. That's because part of the wave sets, they all have intelligence and only intelligence. That's a decent increase in pet's damage already. And if you have 3-part set bonus, it will also grant you additional magic attack and skill damage. That's perfect for glass cannon, you shouldn't worry about anything else. Okay, so let's sum it up. What is this pet and who should use it? This pet is a pure glass cannon. If you are interested in range combat PvE farming, this pet is for you. In PvP it will probably have almost zero use because of its low HP pool. It will be one-shotted, or it will be affected by any AoE damage that hits you, and that's pretty much equal to it dying a lot. When I think about situation where this pet could work well, I think about ranged damage dealers who avoid direct combat with their enemies. They are kiting a lot, and this pet has 25 meters range, so it will work good with mages and pretty much with archers who have a bit more of ranged damage, but they also often get in, like, you know, between 8 to 25 meters range to their enemy. So because of this pet's damage potential, I'm really interested in producing a better grade armor set for it and raising its damage to a whole new level, so I could see how much this pet might do during my boring farming times in Whaleston Harbor. But I already noticed that it's a great filler for my damage when I'm using mana stars, and this pet is somewhere in the background. It feels really nice to have it because it seems like it's dealing a decent amount of damage, and it's good to have because I don't like slow process of killing a monster. And there's something else in the background, for me at least. It's that I know that Korea is going to remove some of those attack damage increases that we have from spellbooks, for example, and I see this pet as kind of replacement of it. So if I will lose additional damage from buffs, I will gain additional damage from this pet if I want to. Excellent filler for me, at least in my PvE adventures, but I don't think I will ever want to use it during PvP combat. Okay, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching my videos. If you liked them, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you didn't yet. See you later.